we gonna get Animus things?
Oh shit!
We
Layla,
are.
you need a refill on cyclosporin. Stat. Layla,
Well, we are doing
wakey,
anima things.
wakey.
Wakey wakey.
Don't make me come down there.
Insta-kill. Oh, cool.
Layla? Layla! Come on back.
So we're not
Layla,
faceless
are you
this
with
game.
me? Habibti.
Told you not to call me that.
Thing is, the fastest way to get your attention is to piss you off.
I'm paying attention.
Okay, you need to take a break. The Animus is rejecting you.
Wow, feels bad. Get rejected.
Yes, but your kidneys aren't. Go add more cyclosporin before they shut down.
Yes, Nurse Geary.
That's Medical Officer Geary to you. So? How did it go?
My mods are holding. Subject's memories are perfectly clear. If this doesn't convince Abstergo to give me a place on the Animus Project, nothing will.
Oh, so we're not even assassins here?
What do you have in there?
We're
His
just
name is Bayek of Siwa.
Abstergo
His
wannabes?
son turned him into a killer.
Think it'd be of interest
Or maybe
to
we're
Abstergo?
assassins that want to infiltrate Abstergo? I don't know.
You know, they're not going to be happy with how he handled this assignment.
They know I don't work by the book.
Well, this time you lit the book on fire and then stomped on it. Anyway, none of this will matter if you're comatose. Now go get that cyclosporin.
So if they abandoned the Juno plotline, what are they even doing in modern day at this point? And was there some note about, like, Greeks and Egyptians sharing the same god that gave the indication that it's
Still looking
after
for the cyclosporin?
that conquest there? I don't know
definitely
enough about the
have
time period myself. Interact. What does this do? Can I play games? What is this background? What? Abstergo Historical Research Division. Layla Hassan Project. The Empirical Truth. The Gone Files. Oh, there's Desmond there. Oh, there's the guy that we assassinated in Watch Dogs. Greeks thought Egyptians worshipped the same gods as them. Huh. In Assassin's Creed 4, you had to, like, work at your lore. I guess this one just gives it all to you. In between Layla Hassan and Abstergo Industries on 1/6/2014, so that was around the time of, like, Assassin's Creed 4 / Roguish kind of time. 2014 was when Unity and Rogue came out. And Alexandria was the same, made by Alexander the Great, so this is after his conquest. Okay. Employee will perform services for Abstergo Industries that may require Abstergo Industries to disclose confidential and proprietary information to employee. Confidential information is information of any kind, nature, or description concerning any matters affecting or relating to employee services for Abstergo Industries, business or operations of Abstergo Industries, and or the products, drawing, plans, processes, Animus experience, or other data. The employee agrees as follows. The employee will hold the confidential information received in strict confidence and shall exercise an extreme degree of care to prevent disclosure to others. The employee will not disclose or diverge either directly or indirectly the confidential information unless first authorized to do so in writing. Employee will, upon request or upon termination, is this really that important? Sole right to determine the treatment of any information, yada yada. Disciplinary action. 2014. Oh, and here's an easier to read version here. I guess is what that is. Okay, this might actually be easier to do with. Well, let's not drop my controller. This might be easier to do with mouse. Historical research statement. The mandate of Abstergo's Historical Research Division is to conduct rigorous research into historical events and document this research in meticulous fashion with particular focus on investigating previously obscure incidents and shedding light on the historical personages involved therein. Research conducted and compiled by Historical Research Division teams represents a broad potential to benefit to a variety of academic disciplines, including archaeology, anthropology, environmental history, and political science. Oh, and yeah, there's the easier to read version there. Yeah, let's see here. Understanding yesterday, bettering tomorrow, the Historical Research Division was inspired by the works of Dr. Warren Vidic. That guy, that, like, really evil guy that came after us for the first several games. I think he died, right? I think we killed him in AC3. A pioneer, I swear everything's blending together. I'm suffering from the bleeding effect here. A pioneer in the field of genetic memory science, Vidic's work needed raw data reaching beyond what was available at the time. The Historical Research Division was quickly put together at first to accommodate Abstergo and its research, and soon took on a life of its own. Dr. Warren Vidic. Dr. Vidic was responsible for Abstergo's first forays into genetic memory exploration. Yeah, he was the scientist guy from AC1 that continued to, like, harass us for the next several games. Without the benefits of Vidic's extensive research and rigorous approach to scientific practice, Abstergo would not be what it is today. Alvaro Gramatica. Gramatica's background in mechanical engineering, biology, and computer science helped make him the first to recognize how rich and meaningful historical material acquisition could cement Abstergo's standing in modern-day landscape. So, the plot in, like, around the Assassin's Creed 4 era, like 3 Liberation, Assassin's Creed 4, and I think a little bit after that, was that, oh yes, Abstergo's delving into the past, because they want to make video games. Or that was their front. Like, they wanted to find the piece of Eden, but their front was they wanted to make video games. Now, it's just, they're just delving into the past because the past is cool. And it helps you understand the present better. Isabel Ardant. Ardant joined the company as a digital archivist with a deep knowledge of computer science. She ushered in a data revolution which reshaped Abstergo's acquisition management and archival of genetic memories. Simon Hathaway. Hathaway is the current head of Historical Research Division. His insatiable thirst for knowledge of all things human drives the pursuit of historical memory-based data toward unexplored frontiers. Yeah, the only one I recognize there is Vidic, so either these guys weren't in previous games, or I just don't remember. Historical research. Philadelphia facility. A historical city seemed fitting for a facility thriving on it. Oh, I remember going through that area in a previous game. For a facility thriving on history, located just minutes away from the famous Delaware River, the building itself was designed in 1985 by the rising architect Jean Nouvel. The facility houses various divisions. Lineage and acquisition is housed next to Abstergo Medical, and both have very strong ties to historical research and a very special Animus training program. The respected Juhani Otto Berg. Oh, Berg, I recognize that name. He was a baddie that we've seen around. We saw him in some of the modern day stuff in Syndicate. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Oversees the Philadelphia facility, known to be a favorite venue for a crucial directors gathering. Of course, nothing eclipses the imposing library and archive hall, where all of Abstergo's knowledge, both physical and digital, is said to be stored under impenetrable security. I can do escape to close. I pressed the back button on my mouse, expecting it to work. Historical research, modern day historians. I want to find out what the heck is going on in the modern day of Assassin's Creed, so, I apologize if this is, boring at all, but I want to go through it. Modern-day historians. Abstergo's historians have nothing in common with the academic scholars you might be thinking of. They master a deep knowledge of historical tomes and an uncanny ability to successfully comb through the voluminous databases owned by Abstergo. However, they express their true talents when out in the field, retracing what forgotten stories were left behind. Assisted by cutting-edge technology, each of our historical tactical team, HTT, is composed of a technician and a medical officer. Together, they gather the knowledge told by forgotten artifacts and extinct bloodlines, and uncover tales thought obsolete, and combine the wisdom of oral history with tomorrow's scientific discoveries. These see-it-all, find-it-all teams allow Abstergo and all its divisions to push back on the limits of what is known and what can be done to better the future of each and every one of us. Alright, almost done with the employee manual. Oh, look how happy they are! Historical research medicine at the surface of history. What we know about who we are and what our purpose is in this universe will shape the scientific breakthrough of tomorrow. Men and women have been looking at foreign galaxies and the Challenger Deep, and what's the Challenger Deep? For answers or shreds of evidence that could open the door to the next scientific revolution. Abstergo turned to a far more familiar phenomenon for answers. Us, humans! Perhaps the answer is within each and every one of us? Should that say within? I've never seen the word within. Is that a typo? The human's genome conceals our blueprint, but perhaps it contains a lot more. Today we are exploring genetic memories, and we are already applying our knowledge to improve our perform as individual, but also as a global society. Interesting, words, I must say. Let's see here. Tomorrow we might explore memories hidden in structures far more obscure than the human, and who knows what we'll find. Such is the task of our medical endeavors. We do not strive to heal the body through a direct cure. We strive to use our understanding of chemistry and biology to change the way we lead our lives. For the better. Oh, that's where we were in AC1. That's the Animus that Desmond was in the very first game. Alright, field guide. Let's see here. Historical Research Division. Historical Tactical Team Field Manual. It is nice how they list this stuff out here in case you do have trouble reading things there. Use the Animus to become fish. Yeah, we're going to study the genome and figure out how to do that. Emergency procedures. Maintaining and balancing initiative when in the field. Standard procedures requires both members of a tactical historical team to signal without any further delay any changes occurring to an ongoing mission. Changes in deployment, operations, methodology, timing, person of interest, and or expected results need to be communicated and approved by proper channels, both through central dispatch and an internal memo form, yada yada. Unauthorized action is to be considered only in the face of imminent danger or if facing the threat of permanently compromising an operation by losing crucial data beyond our means of historical recovery. I don't think the hacking minigames in Assassin's Creed 4 were all that good, but it was kind of fun to have a little bit of a side objective in the modern day, going around hacking people's computers and getting little bits of lore that way and then putting it all together. Just like dumping everything at the beginning. Like, I could just read some of it now, come back and read some of it later if I wanted to technically, but just doesn't hit the same. Standard issue manual in the field at all times. Portable Animus, 2 high-performance laptops, portable inverter generator, 4x5 gallon gas can, subject to vary with mission. So, I guess we are already an employee of Abstergo, and we're doing one of these field missions, and we're trying to become, like, a higher up or something like that. I don't know. Thermoelectric cooler with rations, facultative for the most urban setting operations at team's discretion. 1 four-wheel drive SUV, yada yada. Equivalent will be supplied if Abstergo issue vehicles are not available, or if abroad with no access to Abstergo's float. 1 standard issue pharmaceutical kit complete with certified chemical set, auto injector, cannula, and defibrillator. Okay. Portable Animus fact. How to use, how to help. How do I adjust the Portable Animus' settings? Don't. Under no circumstances should this equipment be tampered with. The technician must connect to the instrument using the approved procedure only. Their vital signs will then be monitored by the medical officer, either locally or remotely. According to the readings, the medic may suggest course corrections and or best use of the medical equipment made available in the standard issue pharmaceutical kit to ensure the health and safety of the Animus user. What is the procedure in case of power failure? In circumstances where the portable Animus cannot be connected to a standard power supply, the generator provided in the technician's equipment offers 5-day autonomy of use with standard supply of gasoline. If at any time power shortages or failures are observed during Animus use, it is the duty of the medical officer to notify the technician, or to terminate Animus activities until a reliable power supply can be found. The Animus includes a failsafe that prevents serious physical harm to the user. So, and then it lists that, and then it's on to the next page. So why do they need these portable Animuses to take around to places anyway? Like, wouldn't the memories be, like, the exact same no matter where you're, like, delving into them from? Maybe it's so that more users can delve into, like, their own memories and they're sending them around to a bunch of people. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out as we keep on reading. How to use, how to help. How is the portable Animus activated? Make sure the device is connected to a power source before attempting to turn it on. Boot the Animus using the on-off switch. For safety reasons, the Animus OS must run for a minimum of 60 minutes before the technician initiates the genetic memory sequencing procedure. This allows the machine's thermogul to regulate, as well as permitting the medical officer to run standard activation procedure and to ensure the stability of all the base readings. Technicians should never initiate genetic memory sequencing prior to receiving the all-clear status from the medical officer. What is the procedure for managing Animus malfunctions? In the case of malfunction, medical officer triggers the ejection protocol, ending the simulation in a manner that is minimally disruptive to the Animus user. After exiting the simulation, the technician transfers the most recent data to a secure, autonomous drive before powering down the Animus. Teams may not attempt to investigate Animus malfunctions or to repair any part of the machine. If a malfunction compromises the successful completion of a mission, the technician must immediately inform Central Dispatch and send a report to the managing officer, who may recommend that the mission be aborted. As per standard mission protocol, debrief is carried out at the team's flagship facility. Faculty devices to be returned to the Animus project team for evaluation. Alright. Let's see here. Transfer of rights. Legal disclosure of intellectual property rights while in the field. Disclaimer. Abstergo Industries owns or retains the rights to all intellectual property and data that may stem from the activities of any member of HET both on and off duty. Definitions from intellectual property applies to patents, yada yada stuff there. And abilities acquired as a result of the Animus bleeding effect. Wait, so you're, if you go into the past to acquire the skills of insanely crazy ninja assassin dudo, then that's patented? Your skills and abilities are the intellectual property of Abstergo. The term also broadly applies to medical information, DNA sequencing data, databases, registrations, and procedures or techniques discovered through the use of the Animus. Unauthorized disclosure of any and all previously aforementioned items is strictly forbidden and can result in employee termination. Okay. Wacky. Let's see here. Roles and responsibilities. What does what in the field? Historical research division teams are composed of 2 Abstergo operatives. The efficiency of each team is based both on excellence of individual skill sets and on the successful integration of these skill sets into a functional whole. Medical officer. Conducts genetic, chemical, composite, geological analysis of artifacts / person of interest. That's the other person that we're chatting to, I guess. Ensures the health and safety of both team members. Assesses personnel activities that may harm the success of an operation in progress. Provides chemical and pharmaceutical support to artifacts / person of interest as required. Providing chemical pharmaceutical support to artifact? Like, wait, are artifact or person of interest like the same people? Like, the person is considered like an artifact? Kind of reminds me of my last history class where we talked about how people, and specifically holy people, could be considered relics, especially after they die. Monitors the technicians' Animus readings and provides appropriate support. Which, speaking of, I haven't covered Assassin's Creed on the channel since doing that class, unless you count, like, Chronicles Russia. So I'm sure that that's something that we'll talk about a decent bit in this playthrough, my understanding of the body in the medieval period class there. Technician oversees tracking and extraction of artifacts less persons of interest, access to Animus required, provides necessary technical support for the operation, acts as primary point of contact for central dispatch, prepares operations reports. Okay. Animus Guide. I might not go through all this. This is a whole lot. Animus, powered by Abstergo, journey through time of a journey through time. Introduction. DNA is more than pure genetic information. It also contains zettabytes of factual and historical data, which we now call genetic memories. The initial goal of the Animus project was to explore those genetic memories via virtual reality. Breakthrough discoveries allowed the technology to become a way for Abstergo users to actually interface with history and explore what was once thought lost forever. Animus software is adaptive, so as memories unfold, the program adapts subtly to render a customized experience within the framework's boundaries. The experience unravels in the user's consciousness, it unlocks reflexes and skills the body was unknowingly hiding. The Animus is a window to the past, a door to the future. Join us as we revisit just how this journey came to be. Where it started, it was in Philadelphia in 1795 that Philip Young Physic performed the first human blood transfusion in the history of medicine. The idea of transporting blood from one body to another fascinated the distinguished surgeon, but what he found exceeded his expectations. Fearing the scientific community would not be ready for such revelations, he gave his unpublished paper to his colleague and friend Benjamin Rush. Physics knowledge was all but lost until Pauling, financed by the Rockefeller Foundation, started researching the restricted archives of the library. I'm just gonna put my controller down here, assuming it's not tangling cables. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it there and... Let's see here. Financed by the Rockefeller Foundation, started researching the restricted archives of the Library Company of Philadelphia and found the physics paper that had been secretly preserved by Rush. Pauling's work on the hemoglobin structure, which was loosely borrowed from physics lost paper, paved the way to his triple and double helix discoveries. Another instance of I assume that this probably would have been, like, the real guy that would have performed, like, you know, the first human blood transfusion. I wouldn't know for sure, but I assume that that's the case. This would be another example of, you know, Ubisoft loving to blend real history with their, you know, with their fictional game story. Abstergo's interest. Clinton B. Rosenberg, PhD, was hired by Abstergo to keep a very close watch on Dr. Pauling's work on DNA structure, report his findings directly to the director of Abstergo Chemical. The relationship eventually turned sour, but the information gathered proved essential to Warren Vidick's Animus project. August 14th, 1952, Chemistry Life Foundation. Mr. Director, as requested, I'm keeping you abreast of Dr. Pauling's latest findings. Please find an article slated for P&As enclosed, which proposes a structural model for something or other acid. I will spare you the details, but you will find his triple helix model, made of 3 intertwined strands of DNA, to be highly elegant. It rivals his earlier work on protein structure. I believe Abstergo Chemicals should pay special attention to the evolution of DNA science, as it will likely unlock the various secrets of life. Please note, I would be more than willing to play a more direct role to encourage Dr. Pauling's research efforts if you wish me to. Meantime, I wanted to thank you for trusting me with the business of the Foundation. I'm honored to facilitate the work of such brilliant scientists. Kind regards, Clinton Rosenberg. Mr. Director, I don't know. Okay, it's kind of hard to read some of these things. December 18th, 1982. Mr. Director, I don't know if you're still a part of Abstergo. Sometimes when I get lost in senior moments, I wonder if you ever existed at all. I'm just so tired. I think my time here is coming to an end. We're sequencing whole genomes in a matter of weeks now. We're under phenomenal pressure to reduce delays further and ship everything to this man Vidick. We truly are nothing more than an assembly line at this point. What a waste. I'm not stupid, you know. Even this old man has realized our masters are after something of utmost importance hidden in the human genome. They spare no expense to provide my kids with the most advanced technology to increase productivity. Like everyone here, I've heard the most preposterous rumors about Vidick's Animus project, that memories of someone's ancestors are encoded in one's genes. That Abstergo believes that claptrap explains why so many millions of dollars keep pouring in here. It just makes no sense. And to top it off, I never found another sample with triple helix DNA. My life's obsession was all for naught. So long, my friend. Clinton B. Rosenberg. Let's see here. Abstergo's early prototype. The earliest concepts for an Animus prototype came from Abstergo Chemicals and appeared in 1960 under the guise of Memoriam S2000. Very little was archived, and the prototype hardly left the drawing board, although some arrangements were made with the U.S. Army to test the Memoriam through Project MK Ultra. Unlock the secrets of our past, powered by Abstergo Industries. Thermisting. First explorations. 1980 was the year when Warren Vidic was finally able to say mission accomplished. First users were launched into a series of genetic memory explorations with varying results. In San Francisco, the surrogate initiative allowed Subject Zero, Eileen Bach, to explore memories outside of the subject's own bloodline, but it turned out to be as dangerous as it was costly. The Animus Project focused on allowing users to explore their own genetic memories. Even though the process was painful, it was somewhat safer and showed great promise for the future. Vidic's team at the Abstergo facility in Philadelphia were able to prove this in 1983 using the latest Animus 1.09 and Subject 4's genetic memories. And then eventually, like, Desmond was Subject 17 later down the line. Computing makes mind reading possible! Wow. I like these, you know, these arts that they threw together to look like they are very much of the era. You know, let's see here. Classified. Whoa. Abstergo Industries classified. See an extra measurement. Always keep something or other separate. The goal linear is more stable than ever before, and with greater control over the well-documented bleeding effect. NMS 1.28 was developed by Abstergo facility in Philadelphia in 2002. If the design has evolved over the last 10 years, the technology basically remained the same. It's true, few subjects were able to fully experience the simulations, and those who did could only visit their own genetic memories. The work accomplished by subjects 4 through 17, and later by all participants in the Animi training program, was critical for the development of Animus technology and for all of Abstergo Industries' endeavors. Yeah, that was the one from AC1. Right there. Animus for all, building on the progress made by the Animus Project teams in Philadelphia, Rome, and Madrid, Abstergo Entertainment Division introduces a revolutionary system called the Animus Omega, a game console granting anyone anywhere unprecedented access to a variety of pre-recorded genetic memories. Helix later introduced a similar experience through a cloud-based service, eliminating the need for a console altogether. So, like their whole video game endeavor thing. Of course, the simulations offered to the general public are only a fraction of what can be experienced through a genuine Animus system and allow for limited user interaction. But the technology gains in popularity and global interest soars. Yeah, so there was the stuff with AC3, where the stuff with Liberation there. That was their multiplayer thing, which I think was like played in to be canon as well as part of that. Actual just straight up AC3. So what was AC3 like canonically a game that people in this universe would have been able to play, and AC2 as well. Like that's the glider section with Ezio right there. Oh, more things. There's AC4. Like I know that they were developing that into a video game there. Yeah, so like the Americas games and the multiplayer with it and stuff, I guess, are canon in this universe. Something. Reaching new heights with the Aerie. When I hear Aerie, I think of a Nier Replicant. Based on VR research, the Animus Project teams realized they could maximize the efficiency of the Animus and even harness the bleeding effect, where immersion and physicality are combined. Biotechnologies played a critical role in creating the epidural system used by Aerie Animus. The visceral nature of the experience drove synchronization levels to new heights, allowing for S-range genetic memory exploration never seen before. As they have tried to contain the bleeding effect, the Aerie unleashes it and uses this potential to blur the lines between the user's reality and the simulation they are engaged in. The Aerie can only be used in a controlled medical environment. That looks like the thingamabob that would have been attached to Doc Ock and Spider-Man 2. That's what that guy looks like. High-tech meantime mobility. The portable Animus HR-8 is Abstergo's latest innovation. It channels the power of the Aerie into a single compact suitcase and allows dedicated professionals to use the unit in the field. Previous operations sometimes required delicate extractions or place some genetic memories out of our reach. With a minimal medical support, technicians can now use the system for their own explorations or explorations ran on selected person of interest in the comfort of their surroundings. We're in the middle of like some dank cave here. For safety purposes, the epidural connection has been replaced by a hematological link. It sequences the information stored in the user's red blood cells. Like any intravenous intervention, the result is fast, intense, and intertwined to the user's biological functions. Just like the Aerie, the simulation is not transmitted to the user's brain. It is physically rendered through the user's organs and interpreted by the brain as being real. Okay. So a suitcase. A big suitcase, but a suitcase. What if you're really tall? Like me. You need like a bigger suitcase. Field briefing. Oh, that's kind of... It's not too hard to read, but a little bit there. To Layla Hassan and Deanna Gary, level clearance 3 and up. Type, artifact of high interest. Subject. Should I say subject? New assignment. Is that just a typo? Subjet. I love subjets. Effective date 2017-10-20. Historical Tactical Team Layla Hassan and Deanna Gary's scheduled departure, October 22nd, 2017. Wasn't that the day this game came out? 6:05 p.m. from PHL to HBE on flight, whatever the heck through LHR. Assignment: locate and recover artifact of high interest in Qatar Depression. Forecast a location and upload coordinates. Unidentified cave, grotto, hollow, geological formation. Team is to work remotely with technician on premises and medical officer stationed at fixed accommodation location. If found, the artifact is to be swiftly retrieved and taken back to HB. Contact John Kane in London for paperwork and travel arrangements. So is that the only reason why it's good to have it remotely? Just so that, like, the moment you discover where exactly the thing is, you can just go and get it because you're close. Hello, Twitch boy Jim Iggy. How's the new year going so far? Good old 2023. Have a good New Year's. Fully stocked rental vehicle will be made available at Hangar 3C upon arrival. Present voucher and valid identification for release. Accommodation information will be uploaded to vehicle's GPS. So we're here working remotely to find, like, an artifact and get that to, Abstergo. Is there nothing in there right now? Bayek notes. Tell me about this guy. It worked. I mean, the side effects suck, but my portable animus is up and running. See what I did, Sophia? So I don't know how long I was in there, but it was long enough. But I think this, what was it again? Magi? Like cop or sheriff? Note to self, look this up, find a good description. Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier this stream. Bayek could be a member of this Brotherhood of Assassins, same as the other subjects Abstergo has been studying. Now, I think he found them. You got sick? Oh no. Hopefully you manage to feel better here soon. Sucks being sick. List of things so far, the man is just about as stubborn as I am. He's good at talking to people, and fighting too. People see him as a protector and defender. His community admires and respects him. Yeah, he's big famous. He's a shadow when it comes to not being seen. Well, unless I draw my bow and stand up in the bushes and get seen. Yeah, I guess he fits the profile in part, but I wonder. He's got the tortured soul thing down pat, hell-bent on vengeance and all that stuff. He's got his own thing going on. I could feel it as though it were me, which I guess it was for a while. This is so weird. His feelings, so much anger, sadness, and hate. So much guilt. Anyway, I need more information. Ah yeah, I remember that name coming up. I remember the flutter in Bayek's stomach when he heard it. Maybe she's the answer. Only one way to find out. He's gonna love this. The other small bit of background information that I have on this is I think Aya is Bayek's wife. And I think I heard something about this game where it's like Aya was gonna be like the initial main character out of the two. But I think they changed it to Bayek because Ubisoft execs were like, oh, women don't sell, we have to change it. Apparently that was something that happened behind the scenes of this game. I'd have to, like, look it up. Like, don't quote me on this for sure, because it's been a while since hearing that. But apparently that's a thingamabob that may well have been going on with this game behind the scenes. And if so, it gets a point docked for that. Let's see here. Gone Files / intro. Gone Files, what the hell, Abstergo? Over the years, I've seen my fair share of crazy shit at Abstergo. Broken promises, backstabbing, obscure HR procedures, false pretense. You see that in every corporation. But people, all key players, leaving or disappearing or dying in mysterious circumstances. It's right out of a conspiracy theory movie. Sometimes there's not a word from higher management, just like that person was never here in the first place. At other times, we get a lame-ass excuse that smells of bullshit. When I think about the people that left, when I think about how Abstergo dealt with their departure, something just doesn't add up. I knew some of them. They weren't the kind of people who just quit to accept a job next door or a salary bump. I'm missing something. What is it? What really happened to those people? Did their disappearance have more meaning than management would like us to believe? Abstergo, if I could open you with a 2x4 screwdriver and find out what's behind that nice and shiny facade of yours. Ask Laetitia England about it once. I made a vague reference to Subject 17, and she sharply answered to keep to my stuff and stay out of it. Subject 17 being Desmond. Those are the exact magical words you don't want to have with me. Just ask my dad. Alan Rickon. Let's see here. Autopsy report from the coroner's office. Rickon's a familiar name, but who was he again? It's all blurring together. Coroner never had time to properly examine Rickon's body. Mr. Girl must have managed to get it back. Why did they want the corpse back so soon? Was there something they did not want the coroner to know? They put on quite a ceremony for the funeral, but they could have waited a few days. It's not like he was going anywhere. I went through the case Fisher's files, and the guy does have a few buried post-mortem reports, but nothing on Rickon. Alan Rickon. Blade damage to the trachea, horizontal incision of the neck. Rickon suffered blow to the head, post-mortem, right side. Possibly due to the fall of the body to the ground, right hand still is slight antemortem burn patterns from unknown origin. Filed and archived. There was some big fight that went on at the end of Assassin's Creed Syndicate's modern day stuff. Was there someone who died during that? Was that Rickon? I don't know. Grand Templar Hall invasion. That's the night Alan Rickon died. No one I know was invited to that assembly. Not that I would have gone anyway. Too gilded for my taste. But still, what was the ceremony for? What really happened that night? In your attendance, we trust Dr. Alan Rickon. It addresses the Assembly, Grand Templar Hall, London. And, in 2016 when a Syndicate came out. Maybe it was something with that, I don't know. Gas leak shuts down West End London district. Media reported Rickon's death as a gas leak incident. I was able to corroborate the operation with emergency services and the fire brigade. But the information I found on the gas pressure levels that night showed that they were pretty stable. Something doesn't add up. What is it with Abstergo's higher-ups and unfortunate incidents anyway? Channel. Yeah, emergency services are still evacuating hundreds of people after a severe gas leak was reported in Holborn this evening. Incident occurred at around 9 p.m. A 35-meter cordon has been put in place. At least one fatality was reported, a man named Alan Rickon. Email sent to Sophia Rickon. Sophia, I've seen the news about your dad. Please let me know you're okay. I know you had to be there, too. I'm still evacuating people from the district, and honestly, that gas leak story seems like the worst cover-up I've heard in a long time. I know you told me to stop the emails, but tonight I really need to know. Are you okay? Basta Wolf. Isabel Ardant, I don't know. Abstergo replacement memo. Abstergo took a full year to replace Isabel. Alvaro Grammatica saw the operations here in the meantime. Simon Hathaway was a strange choice. I always thought Rickon and Grammatica never really appreciate his work. But he must be doing something right. After all, he's still here and he's not dead. Yet. Friends, it is with great pleasure that I announce today the nomination of Mr. Simon Hathaway as head of Abstergo Industries' Historical Research Division. He will be assisted by Miss Victoria Bibiu. Although almost a year has passed since Miss Ardant's unfortunate incident, we are confident that our long search has turned up the perfect candidate to pilot the future of the division. Mr. Hathaway presented me some innovative hypotheses which could shake up the direction of the division. I ask you to assist him in any possible way so we can make his vision a success for us all. Submitted by Dr. Alan Rickon, Chief Executive Officer. Let's see here. Email to Alvaro Grammatica. Isabel Ardant found something and Grammatica went through a lot to make sure the email was destroyed. 80,000 years ago. Strange architectural shapes and humanoids. What on earth is she talking about? And where is this Standish sample today? Alvaro, I hope you're sitting down. Something was extracted from the Standish sample last week. Total video we have amounts to barely 2.7 seconds at 60 FPS from a total of something memories. But even with this obscure sample, I'm already getting butterflies. Something. I pulled one frame from the video to show you how mangled the date is. But even at this quality, some striking details emerge. Note the something figures, a full 20 inches taller than average humanoids nearby. Something or other. The architecture looks like some combination of Sumerian, Egyptian, Babylonian, whatever even. I don't know how to pronounce things, but the metals they're using are something alloys. So yeah, it's first Civ stuff then, as the Assassin's Creed lore goes. Elsewhere we see stranger architectural shapes. These structures have no modern precedent anywhere in the world. Though the memory's geostamp gives us the location southwest of the something or other, unfortunately most of the geostamps on these images are confusing. Some point to a location in modern Jordan some 80,000 years ago, other to a few locations in something or other, and Ethiopia. But so far we haven't been able to nail anything down with much precision. Archive Crawler was not able to reconstruct cluster data with integrity. Let's see here. The channel reports on Ardant's death. I know Abstergo well enough to suspect they weren't doing this out of charity. The restoration gave historical research unprecedented access to Buckingham Palace. But what was Ardant doing there? What was she looking for? They never told us what really happened to her, and let's face it, the official version doesn't make any sense. What was so delicate that she couldn't send a team through normal channels? She looks kind of like old Evie. The channel, London Metro, prominent scholar electrocuted in Buckingham Palace. Renowned historian Isabel Ardant met an unlikely end while conducting restoration work on one of Buckingham Palace's newly reopened rooms. Wiring dating from the first electrification of the palace through the 1880s seems to be the source of the incident. During World War II, many of the palace's 775 rooms were closed off for security reasons. Abstergo's Historical Research Division just recently offered the Crown Estate to organize and oversee the... something or other. Yeah, here's the guy that we killed in Watch Dogs. Restaurant Bill. Olivia Garneau was alive and well in Chicago in 2014, and even if his disappearance was reported way back in 2013, there's another typo. That should be his, but they forgot the H. If his money trails to be believed, he was dining alone in May 2014. On Earth orders an extra crunchy gravy. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit of a weirdo. This is not a receipt. Looks like a receipt to me. Olivia Garneau. Yeah, there he is. There's that Aiden Pierce dudo. Olivia Garneau's Chicago CCTV footage. I'll admit, it's hard to know what's going on in the scene. From what I could tell from the CCTV footage, the plates match Olivia Garner's car rental. It does look like him, but, well, that's not his best angle, to say the least. It's all speculation, of course, because the official version is that he never made it to Chicago. But I know otherwise. So I guess they're putting in, like, some notes about Olivier here, because within Assassin's Creed alone, you never know what happened to him. You need to have, you know, played Watch Dogs or heard from someone that did play Watch Dogs to know that, you know, Aiden Pierce killed him is a thing. So I guess they made it, like, official in Assassin's Creed now, being like, oh, by the way, just so you know, that little Easter egg we did in Watch Dogs, yeah, just in case you haven't played Watch Dogs. So Desmond Miles. Let's see here. Abstergo's preliminary medical report. Found Subject 17's initial medical report after a team picked him up in New York City and flew him over to the Abstergo campus in Rome. He was fit and cleared for the Animus in September 2012, willing and collaborating in the project, and yet he was found dead 3 months later in a cave in upstate New York, apparently on the run. What happened to him? Why did he leave? Well, that was the plot of the other games that we played. Subject 17, patient has no active complaints, no active distress, no prior history. Blood pressure normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis, no significant traces of chemicals that could lead to neurological disorder, no indication that patient would be prone to neurosis. Like previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. We're clear to proceed. Damien Saravakos. Abstergo had a thing for Desmond. They went for him specifically. A team was assigned to pick up a person of interest in September 2012 in Washington Square Park. They didn't even take him back to the Philly office. They flew him directly to Dr. Warren Vidic in Rome. If that's not some serious interest, I don't know what that is. Have you seen this man? Desmond Miles. Over there. Please contact us at that. I'm wearing a white hoodie and dark jeans. May 9th, 2014. Dug these out from Case Fisher's files. Proof that Desmond's DNA found its way back to Abstergo after all. How'd he die? He touched the weird globe thing and it fried him. And what's up with those burns on his arm? Yeah, the weird globe thing. That. Yeah, deceased. Let's see here. Last emails from William Miles to Desmond Miles, August 12th, 2015. William Miles' final message to his son, Desmond. Miles Sr. was in Cairo when Abstergo found him. Looks like Subject 17 busted him out of our Italian facility a few days before he died. Let's see here. El Hassan from William Miles, Desmond Miles. I know you think it's dangerous for me to head to Egypt on my own. You're probably right. Wouldn't be surprised if Cross is already there. Didn't they kill Daniel Cross in like a super underwhelming way earlier in the series? They're looking for these things left and right, but we don't have a lot of options. If there's a chance to grab the last power source, we've got to take it. I promise I'll be careful. Fighting these bastards since before you were born. Literally. Didn't we kill him, like, in, like, one of the modern day sections with Desmond? So I guess this was, like, before that point, when William Miles went out to get one of those power source thingamabobs and then got captured by Abstergo, and then we go in there with the apple eating and we kill Vidic and that stuff. They're going to be here soon. Trap me in this damn museum. Should have taken more precautions. Sorry, son. Wasn't fair for me to come down on you the way I did. You never asked for any of this. I should have been more understanding. Hope you can forgive me. I love you. Title: Will Miles held captive at Abstergo. Security footage from Warren Vidic's office a few days before Subject 17's death. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's William Miles, Desmond's father. Why did Abstergo detain him? Because they were like, here's your dad. Bring the apple here. And Desmond was like, okay. And he brought the apple there, and he used the apple to control the guards to get them all to shoot themselves. They're like, wait, we totally didn't see this coming, even though we told them to bring the apple here. Fools. I have mail. Oh my goodness, how much stuff is there? Holy crap. So that's October 2017 down there. So this is, okay, the older stuff up here. Let's see here. We'll get all the lore at this point, whatever. From Layla Hassan to Sophia Ricken. You're looking at the wrong way. Morning, Sophia. I spent the whole night looking at the sketches you sent me, and you're all looking at the wrong way. You really are thinking about a robotic arm for the Animus Aerie, and my only advice is this. Mark my words. Inverted 6-axis motion rig. Also, shouldn't it be then, not than? My only advice is this. You want to be able to give the subject some leeway, some sense of freedom, and yet allow the core of the machine to stay connected no matter what kind of crazy gymnastics your subject is performing. So make sure the hydraulic actuators are top-notch, nothing under 6000 ISP. You'll know just by listening to them. If they sound like a groom on the last night of his bachelor bender, change them. They aren't worth your time and they'll only obstruct your subject's movement. Sophia Ricken to Layla Hassan in 2014. Layla, just want to make sure I understood you correctly. You are actually proposing that we suspend our subjects in midair by the means of a large motorized mechanical device. Are they making, like, the device in the Assassin's Creed movie canon there? that awful movie. The movie that had like really cool stunts and effects and stuff, but the actual plot of the movie sucked. I must have read your email 5 times just to make sure. At first I thought you were joking. I actually watched that movie in theaters. But I dropped the idea in Gabriel King's ear, our chief engineer here in Madrid, and his initial reaction was quite like mine until something changed in his smile. Let's say we were to consider a 6-axis motion rig. It's all hypothetical, of course, but please indulge me. Would there be any plausible compatibility between this rig and the epidural bearing I showed you the other day? Could we ensure the stability of the needle and its positioning to the subject's backbone? I feel like I'm teetering on the frontiers of science and nonsense. It's crazy talk, but it's exhilarating crazy talk. Yeah, it's a device from the movie. From Isabel Ardant to Layla Hassan. Hello, Layla. In light of recent events, I have no choice but to take appropriate disciplinary measures and request a performance improvement plan through operations. I know you just barely came back, but I feel it's better to do it now than let things sour again. I'll put you in contact with a coach to help you deal with some of the issues you've been experiencing here. The results last time were encouraging, so perhaps we can resort to that strategy once again. Dr. Lees has even agreed to meet you again. But rest assured, we would be open to changing the coach if you so desire. You are bold, and your work is appreciated. Bold and brash. But the procedures in place are not only here to protect you, but also Abstergo. If you can't give an ounce of care to your own safety, then perhaps you can show a little respect to the hand that feeds you. Work with us, Layla. That's all we're asking, Isabel. From Layla to Deanna Geary. I just visited your online shop for the first time. I must say you hide your cards pretty well, Miss Deanna Geary. Who knew a poised and professional medical officer could have such a foul potty mouth? Needless to say, I'm buying a bunch of your cross-stitch patterns. I'm keeping some for me, but I'll also offer some of them around. I think you have a perfect one for Otto Berg. He's taking my parking space. Oh. From Layla to Berg. Hi, Miss. There's no hi there, Mr. Berg. I'm afraid you've developed the bad habit of parking in my allocated space. Now I know you're higher than me in the Abstergo food chain, and your car clearly has less rust than my 1987 sports car. But my jar hiring paper clearly states that 23FG is Layla Hassan's. So I'd appreciate if you could park your vehicle somewhere else. Otto Berg's responding. The day you get an assignment done properly is the day I might deign to consider your request. Now you can place a formal complaint, but knowing how much you cherish procedures, I'll assume you probably won't even know where to look for the form. Also, I'm keeping your little cross-stitching gift. Even though it's offensive, the workmanship is quite spectacular. Howdy, Otto Berg. Wow, he liked it. Yeah, so I'm on this one now. Layla Hassan to Rick in there. Sophia, hello? Don't leave me hanging here. Tell me, how's the work on the device progressing? Do you guys finally build a prototype? You can't just ask stuff then shut me out. It doesn't work that way. Why can't you just fly me there? I mean, even if it's a temporary position, something interim? Friggin' Abstergo janitor for all I care. I could help your team way better on location than through this free cheap-ass once-in-a-blue-moon email consultation. Makes me feel dirty every single time you do it. I've told you how I felt before. Yeah, here we are again. You don't care? This Eureka effect is getting you drunk on epiphanies. Think about it, Sophia. This is getting really frustrating. L. So we're on this one now, right? So we are an Abstergo employee this time, like we were in AC4, except, you know, someone that actually has a face and name and stuff. From Layla to Sophia. Sophia, I just heard you guys are working on a portable version of the Aerie. Is that true? A portable Animus? How could you not tell me? How can you still send some bland email asking seemingly innocent questions and turn around and work on the most exciting friggin' machine ever without even letting me in on it while knowing it has my name all over it? Just who do you think I am? A fortune-telling machine? A secret little muse hiding in the shadows? Those were good for absinthe-soaked 19th century poets and they all died of syphilis. Enough with the penny haikus of wisdom. I've given you all I have, my time, my brain power, my trust. If that's not worth a place in your team, I'm not sure what is. So that was the, yeah, so that was that one. So then this one. From Layla to Simon Hathaway. Mr. Hathaway, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your kind words. I know I'm not always the easiest person to work with, but somehow you always seem to have the right words to diffuse the situation. I really enjoyed our lunch last week, and your advice was more than welcome. Trust me when I say these are not words I'm used to saying. It shows that you have a genuine passion about what you are doing, and I really appreciate that. I had a small favor to ask. I swear I wasn't buttering you up for this. I don't butter people ever. I was wondering if our HTT could be tasked with more person of interest type assignments. Not that I'm not enjoying the operations, but I could use some variety, and who knows, might help with my social skill improvement plan. Just something to think about. L. From Deanna Geary to Layla Hassan. Xmas vacation. Hey Layla, Alan Rickon died while attending something he felt he had to while attending something he felt he had to wear a black cape to attend to. That's creepy, I know. and you're worried sick about Sophia. That's understandable. There's nothing on his daughter in the papers or Abstergo memos, so the fact that she's not answering doesn't mean she's in harm's way. Pretending that your little tinkering project is helping you change your mind is bogus, and you know it. Alan Rickman isn't a... Like, the name sounds faintly familiar, and if they were playing in that device from the Assassin's Creed movie, he's not a character in, like, the movie or something, is he? Assassin's Creed Alan Rickman. Let's see here. Alan Rickman Assassin's Creed Wiki. Let's see here. Alan Rickman was the chief executive officer of Abstergo Industries and a member of the inner sanctum of the Templar Order. He held the positions of Grand Master and Guardian within the Order, answering directly to the General of the Cross and the Council of Elders. Died December 14th, 2016, age 65, in London there. And it shows like an actual... It doesn't show like an in-game model on the wiki here. It shows an actual Dudo. Was he the villain in the movie then? Is that what's going on there? Yeah, all these screenshots that it's showing are, in the movie. Oh, no, wait, it is showing one from in-game. One of the in-game screenshots that it's showing is from AC1, as, like, one of the Dudos in suits looking through at, Desmond through the glass. So he's been in the games ever since the first one, I guess. Yeah, he was a Dudo in the Assassin's Creed movie. So the Assassin's Creed movie is like a canon thing then, in that case, because yeah, most of the screenshots that are here are from that here. If I do display capture, so I guess the movie came out around this time, and it's a canon part of the story, I guess. This is that Dudo. And yeah, that was the hero in the movie there. So, and that is apparently Sophia Rickman, is who that is. And yeah, he got like some PC'd and then he was killed in London there. Yeah, so I guess that's our what a screenshot, huh? That's our hero going and like killing that guy. I've only seen the movie once, like forever ago, but it seems like faintly familiar. But yeah, apparently he was one of these guys. Apparently he was that guy, I think it was showing. So I guess he's been in since like AC1. But yeah, I get the movie's canon. Okay. Let me turn off display capture, go back to game capture here. Neat. Okay, well, so that device really is the exact device from the movie because the movie's canon. Well, but yeah, anyway. Rickman died while attending something. He felt he needed to wear a black cape to attend to. That's creepy, I know, and if you're worried sick about Sophia, that's understandable. There's nothing on his daughter in the papers of the Abstergo memos, so the fact that she's not answering doesn't mean she's in harm's way. Saying your little tinkering project to helping you change your mind is bogus and you know it. Why don't you come to my folks' place for the Christmas holiday? We'll celebrate whatever it is you wish to celebrate, including the famous secular tradition of not celebrating anything at all, if that's what works for you. I'm gonna cook some that's pumpkin pie. I misread that for a second as penguin pie. My dad will ask us why we won't shoot at rodents, and we'll eat a non-vegan breakfast in a dodgy casino before we spend the day out snowmobiling. I love North Dakota, but it sure could use a bit of Layla Hassan. So yes, it'll be good for both of us, D. Okay. And then, replying to that, you sure know how to make a girl happy. Rodents in a dodgy casino. I think I'll pass. There's nothing I want more than being with my little stone-cold crazy machine right now. I've come up with the idea for the sequencer and I can't get it out of my head. So far, it's only a sketch on a dirty placemat, so I have to get busy if I want to test it before I go into retirement, if that ever happens. Sorry, I'm being an ass. It's a very nice offer, D, and I appreciate your concern, but I'll be fine. Don't worry, I always am. Besides, I promised Hathaway I'd complete my operation reports. I must be 10 or 12 behind. Most of them hardly have anything besides our names and the mentioned done. He told me they had to be completed before the end of the year, otherwise he would file a formal complaint to operations, which could mean more coaching from the mediator, and that's just pure torture. No, I like the guy, so I'll cut him some slack and get him his reports before he gets to sing Auld Lang Syne? What? Well, Luigi? From Deanna Geary to Layla, if you say so, let me know if you need help with those reports. So how about we get out here and grab some takeout? You can show me the progress on your little project. You might have an idea for the dialysis unit. And then responding, D, change your plans. I know you're waiting in your little hotel room in downtown San Francisco right now, and you think I'm heading towards the wharf, but you're wrong. I had an idea and I'm about to board a flight for Tokyo. I'm on my way to Onagawa, Japan. Don't freak out, I know what I'm doing. Just be ready to pick up on your side in 24 hours or so. I'll need your remote assist. Cover me if dispatch calls in. Okay. And then responding to that, hey Layla, I got what you asked for. I was able to get my hands on 4 of the drugs we discussed. It was easier than I thought it would be. Everybody has a price, and that includes doctors and lab assistants. I'll keep the immunosuppressant in the sealed casing for now. I'm surprised I didn't struggle with that word. Unless I get a sudden taste for muscles and large shoulders, in which case your steroids are all mine. I'm jesting, of course. Are you free Friday? Let's go to the movies or binge some police procedural TV series. You know, so we can call out all the fake stuff they're doing. Talk to you later. And responding there. Hey D, allow me to copy paste this glorious extract from my July 1st AMA. The internet is just like the ocean, you know? There are some really cool fish and reefs and sunken U-boats. But once in a while, there are these trashed rubber duckies that crossed half the globe to gather in piles of useless rubbish, and no one knows how to get rid of them ever. LH, hey, I'm Layla Hassan AMA. Hi there, I was wondering what's your favorite geek sound? Like, what sound do you love falling asleep to? I love the clicking of my blue mechanical keyboard switches. They just have the most satisfying clicks ever. I think I would have slept like an angel in an early 1920s bullpen. All those typewriting clicks. What's your favorite song and what does it remind you of? Easy, Overtime Food by our Raw Victoria. When I karaoke, it's the one song I have to sing every single time. Reminds me of the night I met them backstage at Madison Square Garden back in 2000. I'm usually the one turning it up to 11, but that time I was so thunderstruck I could hardly move. Pixar didn't happen. Pixar happened, but there's no way they ever go public. So is she like a bit of an influencer or something? If she's doing AMAs? Head hurts that you don't know why. Are you feeling a bit sick as well there? Or Master? It's not a great way to start the new year. Let's see here. Hey D, I wish this was an audio message so you could hear the nice roar of the portable animus. Everything seems to be in perfect order. Software is running, my vitals are showing perfectly, and all the tests done on the DNA samples are turning up positive. I've combined some strange strands, and somehow the sequencer always returns a valid simulation to play. I hadn't dared go into any of them, not alone, not without you, and the animus isn't ready for a live test either. Maybe I'm just buying time, but that combined strand of both you and Milton looks tempting. All in due time. All in due time. Okay, so let's see here. D, wow, why is my head still spinning? I barely had more than a few drinks. But I just thought of something. You know how the animus sequences DNA to run simulations based on genetic memories? What if, and this might be the 5th old-fashioned talking here, what if we could actually find a way to do the same through inorganic matter? Sure, we'd be out of codons, but we'd have a we'd still have molecular structures to work with. I mean, it took years for Dr. Vidic to crack genetic memories, and once he got to them, he went nuclear on decoding them. What if he stopped too fast? What if isomers are packed with molecular memories? Okay, maybe molecules are too big. Maybe we need to consider that the information might be stored deep down at the subatomic level. Why would memory latch uniquely onto organic molecules? I mean, I've seen Stranger Things, but somehow I just can't find any plausible reason why it wouldn't. I haven't seen Stranger Things myself. People keep telling me it's good. I wish my middle of the night emails were more about a date I just kicked out or an obnoxious neighbor. Sorry, I guess you're stuck with me. Lucky girl L. Okay. So, oh, that's all of them now, right? Okay, there's pictures. Okay, do we get like, wow, we get to see the childhood of our character that we're playing as now in the modern day. This picture looks weird. It looks like somebody photoshopped a face that doesn't belong here onto like, maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. Up to no good nights 94. Wow, we're getting backstory through images. 2000, backstage at the Raw Victoria concert. Oh, there it is. Oh, so I guess that's that group. This is like her background. That's what she likes then. Best use of Berkeley's dorm. Philadelphia. See you later, Philly. My entry for the DIY pinball contest. That looks like a pretty good pinball machine. And then that. Hey, I'm Layla. Ask me anything. So she's not an influencer. She just randomly went online being like, hi, I'm Layla. Ask me anything. It's like, oh man, I've always wanted to ask Layla things. Alright, we have audio things.
So long, and thanks for all the fish, Berkeley. March 21st, 2000.
Well, at least I can just listen this time. I'm gonna pour myself some juice here then. Some more.
That's right, Professor Moore. I'm not finishing that Jane Eyre paper. I got a job, and I'm headed to Philly next week.
Cool.
This whole classroom thing, it's not for me.
We're jam-packing all our backstory and lore. And this is just gonna become a part in and of itself. When I cut this up later.
And I'll be close to home. Not that I'll visit any more often. Sophia promised there'd always be a place for me at Abstergo, as long as I show them what I can do with a circuit board and a pair of pliers. Sure, I'll have to work my way up to a place on her special project, but that doesn't matter. It won't be long before she or her father, Mr. Alan Rickon,
Mr.
notices what I'm
Alan Rickon.
capable of and asks for my help on the Animus.
Yeah, I really did not like the hacking minigame in Assassin's Creed 4, but I'm now realizing that I would kind of prefer something like that here, because then it's like, you know, then it paces out a lot more throughout the game. You have to work for it a little bit, and it feels like you earn the reward of that lore, as if it's just like dumping literally all the side lore.
I swear,
Like right at the beginning. Like I could just skip it and not do it, but
Wired on the toilet than the rest of the guys do
I
all
want the
day
lore.
in the lab. I mean, the body band? Really? If people can't take a walk on their own, they aren't going to listen to a watch that tells them to do it either.
Yeah, you tell them.
So pointless.
And there isn't even like a thingamabob that shows how long the recording is, like there was in AC4.
That's what the body band would tell me to do. What I should do is build something that will simultaneously blow people's minds and the doors off the Animus project.
So
Nothing at Abstergo Fitness
you
is
designed the
enough for
thing that they had in the
Bored as
movie,
hell.
where it's like the Animus that
But
attached to
there's
someone's
nothing
back, and then they would
boredom
like,
to stimulate creativity.
you know, actually move in the way the person the memories would
Yep.
move.
I think the body band needs a little adjustment to its language processing program.
And so that's the thing that you designed,
The
right?
Decision always feels like home. My stuff's the same. My locker smells the same. It's like I never left, but I did, and I
This
can
is
never
years later
unlearn
than
what I know now. How will it
2014.
change my work at the Historical Research Division? Hard to say. All I know is that it will.
I really don't like this audio wavelength animation.
Nothing fancy. She wanted me to meet Deanna Geary.
Look,
my
even this
medical
one's better.
officer.
Look at
She
this.
looks like she was born in the
Like,
middle
that's
of a
better.
cornfield, but she seems okay.
That's just, you know,
Can't believe
software
we let
that
her make
measures
such
it and
hard
acts
things.
accordingly.
I don't know why
But,
I told her
you
about
know,
getting stood up last weekend.
this is just
I never talk about personal stuff at
kind of
work.
the same
At
random
least it
looping
seems like I can
animation.
trust her. You need that to stay alive in the field. Too bad most of Abstergo's tactical units don't consider trust a priority.
Okay. We're almost through all the... Wait, there's a store here? Oh, no. Of course, Ubisoft. Are you playing with Legos?
Aho, the portable Animus.
Oh.
No mention in the official credits, but all those emails, all those middle-of-the-night phone calls from Madrid, there's a lot of me in there. Sophia, if I'd known you just wanted to strip mine my brain and leave me in the dark, I never would have followed you. Go away! There's no
It's the
candy
pizza.
here. Nothing in life is ever free. Ever. The Animus.
Probably go answer it.
I can tell. I know it wouldn't have worked without my advice. Just look how they did the heat sink, the VRMs, the high amperage rating by transistor. It was me who told them it would offset failure of the... What's this? Hello there, DNA reader module. Are you ringing my doorbell? Maybe there's some candy here after all.
What? So, our person that we're playing as in this one is an Abstergo employee that designed, I think we're Layla, right? That designed the special Animus that they used in the movie that became the basis for this portable Animus of this game and got, like,
I've come
no
to the
credit for it.
conclusion that Sophia is shit at hiring staff. The entire Madrid facility. Ugh. How do they not
Am I
see it?
understanding that
It
right?
would be so easy. You just have to parse the genetic memory input and work from smaller data pools. You could even process incomplete samples and still create a reliable model for high levels of synchronization. The reader module and the decryption software would need an update, but it's doable. Madrid's probably congratulating themselves just for getting this far. Meanwhile, I'm partying with some congealed veggie curry, 3 plasma screens, a disassembled Animus, and Raw Victoria's debut album on loop. It's a hectic. Dee will be mad when she sees how I use Milton's DNA, but what did she expect when she asked me for help? I needed someone's genetic profile to test the Animus.
Why not yours?
Well, his was right there. All in the name of science.
Well... Wait about is that the one that we're delving into for Bayek's memories?
I like morning briefings. They're short, minimal nonsense, and they have free coffee. No downtime this week.
Yeah, this is not
They're putting me and Dee on a
how
plane
audio
down to
wavelengths
Kansas
work.
days from now. I don't get why Hathaway's in such a rush. We're being deployed to extract an artifact. If it were a person of interest, the push would make more sense. A person could be halfway across the world in a couple of hours. But an artifact that's been sitting around for 2,000 years, it's not going anywhere. An artifact of high interest. Heard that before. It always ends up being some crappy pottery shard or half an old book. My animus runs on DNA.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of the Assassin's
tableware.
Creed MacGuffins.
It'll be strange visiting Egypt for the first time since 2013. Back then, I went looking
Since
for my roots.
2013. I've never been to Egypt. It'll be strange visiting it for the first time since 2013.
She always keeps
Lucky.
me from doing anything too stupid.
I think it'd be cool to visit. Alright. We're almost done.
Artifact of high interest is also
Almost.
a person of interest. A mummy. And a golden
Oh.
opportunity.
Is that what we're trying to find in Bayek's memories?
Changes I'm making to our assignment parameters. She acted mad, but I know she's eager to see my animus field tested. Abstergo won't mind. Well, they would if they found out, but they won't.
So we're doing this under
Alchemist Intel was a
Abstergo's
disaster.
radar.
They have no idea what's going on with
But
this
we are an
extraction.
Abstergo employee.
Field tech is fun and
But
all,
we're not
that's
affiliated with
why
the
I left
Assassins.
Berkeley. If the animus lets me ride DNA this old, if the reader can model the missing code,
We're trying to, like, prove ourselves to Abstergo.
Memories that aren't mine, Sophia would lose her Abstergo. Abstergo will come to me on their hands and knees. My name will be right up there with Warren Vidick's. Ana Metakida Minda. Too bad the Madrid facility got blown up. But I bet they'll build a new one soon. This one will be in Philly, and its lead engineer will be Layla Hassan.
So we're an important figure in the Animus Project that, you know, was kind of thrown a bit under the bus, credit-wise, by Abstergo. And she's trying to prove herself to them. That's who our character is, right? Where? W-E-R? Let's see here. Sticky Post. This game has Sticky Post as well, just like AC4, but yeah, it just gives them all to you. He's now moderating the Where Mindblown channel. Got a story that sounds like fiction, but that's actually science. Post it. There are minds to be blown and brains to be fed. Play nice or I'll get you banned for starters. Okay, so she has like a website. Another fake so-called Voynich manuscript popped up in auction last week in Athens, Greece. It's now the third time in the past 10 years. Funny how this manuscript keeps appearing in history books only to be stolen shortly after, and for what? Flower sketches and esoteric formulas? Rumor has it even Abstergo has a major interest in the item, but you didn't hear that from me. Or if that's an ad, it's meant to be a platform of some sort for her, kind of like Twitter or something. Crystal balls do exist, they're just shaped like computers. Cliodynamics is right off Asimov's psychohistory. Forward-thinking scientists are using historical data from the past to build mathematical models to help them predict the future. So far, they're pretty accurate. Problem is, the future ain't pretty. You trust your rig to tell you what's coming? It's more really only a string of numbers. Susie Patootie challenges the users of Where Mind Blown to a contest for the best DIY pinball machine ever built. Oh, we saw that in the images. Entries must be submitted before that, with a link showing the machine in action. If there aren't any sound or light effects, don't even bother submitting. Hashtag maker's gonna make hashtag get tinkered. What is this rollercoaster tycoon world? Hi, I'm Layla Hassan, and I'll be hosting an AMA on that. So AMA about Where Mind Blown, life hacks, keyboard pimping, cutting edge technologies, Zetix? Classic rock in my travels. Be warned though, I won't be answering anything pertaining to Abstergo Industries. I enjoy using the word no, so make an effort to ask about something. Ask something that won't bore me. Ground penetrating radars are used to explore what might be hidden under ancient monuments. Cavities were detected under the Sphinx's paws some 20 years ago. Ow. Most are natural caves, but some have to be investigated. Could one of them be the mythical Hall of Records, a lost library, much like the lost library of Alexandria? Oh, is that going to be something that we find in this game? Ideas not new. Gladstone, Kitteridge-esque went on famous digs to try and uncover the lost knowledge in the 19th century. Did I do it? It's just... What? Huh? Like, I own all the DLC of this game, but they have just, like, credits thingamabob. Oh, I guess they start you out at 500. That's how they get you started. Get more drachmas. 0 time saves. Oh, gross. Small pack. I actually recently saw a very interesting video essay on monetization strategies in games. And one of the ones that they'll do is make it so that the things that you can buy are never going to use, like, the exact amount of stuff that you have. Like, let's say I whipped out my credit card and I bought like 500 credits, something like that. And let's say these were the only options here. It's like, okay, I could buy this twice, but then I'd have 100 left over. And it would feel like a waste to just have 100 left over to not do anything. So maybe I should whip out my credit card again to, you know, top it up. Microtransactions, my one weakness, yeah. This is pretty grody. Material, small pack. Materials, medium pack. Hopefully, it doesn't feel all that necessary to do stuff like this. Hopefully, you know, all these things feel like very earnable in game. But yeah, I guess I start you out at 500 so that you know, you get used to using the store. There's ability points. Ancient Maps pack reveals the most hidden locations and discover the secrets of ancient Egypt. Stone Circle map, reveal all star alignment locations, reveal all tomb locations, reveal all hermit locations. Don't you miss the days when Assassin's Creed games would just have all these things marked on the map by default for you to go out and do them? Yeah. Nowadays, it's just like, you want these things marked on your map to literally just save time, and that's why they're called time savers? Pay us money for the privilege of us marking them on the map for you. So dumb. But yeah, so, okay, Ubisoft Club. How does this work? Calamity Blade. Oh, I just tap it and I get it because I'm part of the Ubisoft Club. Okay, I'll grab these things. They seem pretty spicy. Sure. Hey, Edward's outfit. Maybe it'll be one of those playthroughs where towards the end we put on the cosplay. Maybe we do that. Sure, I mean, every single time I tap one of these is actually charging my credit card. Yeah, look at all these club things. Wow, chop chop. That one says, Helix credits. I should buy the extra large pack. Best value. Most popular. This is just what, like, modern Ubisoft games look like. It kind of grosses me out. Gear. Oh. So you can buy Helix credits and then you can buy costumes. My good gracious. I wonder what the total cost would be in a Unicamel. My goodness, I wonder what the total cost would be if you actually, you know, bought everything. Swordfish! Other options include scepterfish, sleeping dartsfish, and predator bowfish. They were all on back order. Well. My goodness gracious. Yeah, I should, that video that I saw recently, that video essay on, like, monetization in modern games, I should link it in the Discord server at some point here. Maybe I already did, maybe I forgot. Everything's blurred together lately. But I don't think I have. Maybe I should do that at some point. I do like the swordfish, though. Because, yeah, a lot of modern games, huh? And, of course, it did talk a little bit about the Oblivion horse armor being like the first time that game developers realized that people are willing to pay money for the way that you look. And ever since then, you know, all kinds of other companies have caught on to that. Far Cry Primal Pack, Undead Pack, For Honor Pack, Almighty Pack, Wacky Pack. Oh, that's the one with the swordfish. As well. Is that, like, what are that? The ear things? If you're having a bad day, brighten up your journey and spread the love in ancient Egypt. This pack includes the Unicamel, the Cupid's bow, light bow, the swordfish sword, the cotton swab scepter, and the lolcat heavy blunt. P.S. It's perfect accessories for the bathhouse towel outfit. Yeah, if you're having a bad day, just give us money to look kind of silly. First Civilization pack. Wow. But yeah, Q-tip, that's what it is. Nightmare pack, that looks kind of cool. But gone are the days of being able to earn things like this in-game. And here are the days of, having to pay things like that. So I guess these are, you know, season pass things. Yeah, so I have that. Give you access to all major expansions. So I guess that includes this. So that must have been like, yeah, that's an axe that I started with. and that shield and stuff, and, you know, the fact that I started out with a horse. Deluxe pack. Apparently I don't have that. No, please don't buy it. I just wanted to see what the hell it was. It's loading. Redeem code. Yeah, so these are the main DLC expansions, I think. I don't know exactly what this is. Okay, I don't know what you're loading there. And of course, in this store, it's also like, hey, want to buy our other video games? Want to do that? Here's the different editions here and stuff, and more games, of course. Yeah, this is the new stance of Assassin's Creed. I feel like so far I'm getting the impression from this game that I got with like Tales of Arise, where it's like the game itself, yes, cool, good fun and stuff, but the monetization practices like absolutely disgusting. So that says 0, but there's nothing in here that's 0. They literally just get you to click on that by being like, oh, it costs 0 Helix credits? There's something I can get there for free? Nope. Not a single one of those is. Oh, Ubisoft. Alright, switch back to controller. Alright. Well, how am I gonna sort my cables? Something like this, I guess. Okay. Wait, can I trash things? Oh, wait, there's things in the trash can. From Sierra Rickon to Layla. Layla, there's no nice way to put this, so I'll be honest. We met years ago. I remember seeing you for the first time crossing McLaughlin Hall at Berkeley, and thinking just how you would thrive in Abstergo's Young Innovators program. Then I watched you make the jump into the great unknown. But the fact is, even after all the insight you've given us, I'm still not sure I can place my trust in you to be a part of the Animus project here in Madrid. How many sanctions were added to your operation file after I asked you to respect the boundaries of your assignments? Too many, Layla. Too many. You have a brilliant mind, but you are also unpredictable. I cannot afford to have a loose cannon in the lab putting the team's progress at risk. It's hard enough to handle the subjects as it is. I wish you would put your spirit to greater use. That I could give you a task and know deep down that the next morning I would find you ironing out the details, and not in the lounge rearranging a highly classified piece of code on an unsecured laptop. Work hard, Layla, and forget about one day moving to the Animus project. Focus on the challenges of the Historical Research Division. They are tailored for you. Perhaps, one day, when you change your ways, I'll reach out again, just like I did in Berkeley. But until then, I ask you to respect my decisions and stop contacting me. Oh, dang. Status draft not sent from Layla to, parents, I guess. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. It's been a while. Hope you're doing okay. My overprotective brothers, too. My next assignment is taking me to Egypt. I'm leaving tomorrow, and, well, it made me think of you. So I guess she has, like, Egyptian background. Of course, I'm not supposed to disclose any of my mission details, but you know how bad I am with rules. I guess that's why it was weird for her to be coming back after a while. Going back to Egypt. I don't know. Feels right. I wanted you to know. Not sure it'll make you happy, but everything's falling into place, it seems. You never forgave me for dropping out of Berkeley, but in the end, I got a place at Abstergo. I got to make a name for myself. And now, it's leading me back to the country of our ancestors, on official business no less, and not on some backpacking pipe dream. Those were your exact words, Dad. So yeah, I thought maybe you'd like to know that. I could fly back in for a visit. When I come back, we could invite Rami and Caden and talk like adults. Well, maybe not Caden. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure he knows how to adult. And I could tell you all about my trip and something else I've been working on. Not sure you'd approve, but I think I'm on the brink of something big. And if I can just show you, you'll understand why I left Berkeley like I did. Being stubborn is the best thing you could wish on a daughter, Dad. I promise. Yeah, I killed my family phone 20 years ago. But because of it, and because of all the other appliances I might have sacrificed along the way, I can build a mean machine today. And I guess it was never sent. From Layla to Rami. Rami, long story short, and draft not sent. I'm standing in the middle of Alexandria's very busy Souk district, Egypt, not Virginia, Rami. I have no time for email etiquette. I just need to send you this. Just need you to send me this picture of Mom, the one we took in Florida while we were visiting all the parks. I think I found the perfect headscarf to replace the one she lost while we were on that trip years ago. Oh, and don't tell them where I am. Don't tell them where I am. It's a surprise. Okay. Is there anything else that I missed then? The weather? Okay, that is going to become a part in and of itself. My good gracious, that sure took a while. Alright, well, after taking however long that was to read through the laptop, I guess we now understand who our character here is. My goodness. Well, what's this?
Looks like a swarm. 2cc should do it.
And then do I just hop right back in?
Get the alcohol wipe.
Wait, so do I just hop right back in? Maybe I want to explore around a little bit more. Yeah, maybe I
wish
still
I
do.
was there to help.
You do a good job looking after
Like,
me.
what's around here?
Even from the hotel. And I know how you like your aircon.
Interact.
Come forth by day, and I will guide you home.
Who are you talking to?
Bayek's mummy.
Real
Bayek's
chatterbox,
mummy?
that one.
Oh, and I see his face on the thing there. On the sarcophagus, I think the name is. Not going down there.
Come forth by day.
Okay, yeah.
And I will
It's the
guide
same
you
dialogue,
home.
there's nothing different.
Who are you talking to?
Did they just spoil that Bayek dies?
Real chatterbox, that one.
Oh, man, I can't believe I just spoiled that for myself.
D never puts in enough snacks.
In-flight entertainment, the question mark, Egyptian mysteries, secret science investigations, hidden chambers and pyramids. Were they built by aliens? Light on missing proofs, traces of ancient technologies, connections with gods or aliens. Don't miss encrypted messages surrounding the Sphinx, interview with famous Egyptologist and scientist Dr. Liebet the Yevart, mummification and the afterlife, signs of ancient Egyptian spirits among us. Knowing Assassin's Creed, they're probably just gonna be like, oh yeah, the pyramids were created by like first Civ stuff. Something or other.
1 bar. No? Half a bar.
Even if the first Civ was taken out like way before that point, it'll just be like, use like first Civ technology or something to do that. Like some proceed and...
Generator's holding up. Good job, Layla.
So, okay, I can't climb in the same way as Bayek. Well, what is that thing then? What is that? How do I... What? That looks clearly like something interactable. Alright, well, rigged, I guess. So how much cave system do we have here? Are we gonna go deeper until we find, like, the new reincarnation of William Afton beneath? Like in Security Breach? Oh, can I just leave? Okay, cool. Those were obviously created before Isaac Newton created gravity. Duh! Yeah, so it was way easier to, lift the rocks and stuff. Didn't have to worry about gravity. Okay. Can I just leave? Do I just run away? Whee! Why is it zooming out with the camera? Okay, it's just invisible wall.
Shouldn't get too far from the cave.
Okay. Well, it's not gonna let me go too far then. Well, we got a little bit of a stroll outside, I guess. I can't just hop in here. Oh, I'm missing a tire! So I really can't just hop in there and skedaddle my way out. Alright, well, yeah, being tireless is, you know, that's definitely a bit of a problem there. Alright, well, I guess we're getting back in the Animus. This is what we're doing. Getting tired? Is that something different I haven't interacted with yet?
1 bar.
It's a half bar. No, a half bar.
Half a bar.
Half bar. Alright. You want to return to the Animus? Yes, I do.
Going back in. This is so badass.
Be careful.
Is it? Alright, and we're going to a new location with Bayek. This is what we're doing. I'm going in.